Welcome back to Aviation This Week. Today's edition is brought to you by Lavero Aviation, your aviation solutions provider. I'm Justin Belmore, and this is your aviation news. Your top story? The RCAF is moving big rig helicopters to Mali for support in the MINUSMA mission. Then, Boeing and Embraer sign off on a joint venture to develop Embraer's commercial arm, and Airbus rebrands the C-Series jet as A220. We'll have all your aviation news right here after this quick message from our sponsor. Technicians with the Royal Canadian Air Force began new helicopter movements by loading a CH-147F Chinook onto a CC-177 Globemaster at the 8-wing Trenton base in southern Ontario. The Chinook is one of 2 such helicopters, in addition to 4 Griffins, headed to Mali, where it will be part of Operation Presence Mali, where a Canadian Air Task Force is to participate for a period of 12 months. The 2 Chinooks will provide what the RCAF describes as urgently needed transport and logistics for the MINUSMA mission, while the 4 Griffins will provide armed escort and protection. The RCAF says the deployment will include Canadian Armed Forces troops to aid in logistics and medical evacuations for soldiers on the ground. Canada's contribution will join 57 MINUSMA partner countries in their continuing efforts to bring peace and stability to Mali and the Sahel. This is the second of several pledges from Canada to aid in UN peace operations made in November last year. Others included aid to end child soldier recruitment, increasing female participation in the UN missions, and leveraging Canadian expertise to address gaps in UN troops, equipment, and supplies. Boeing and Embraer announced a partnership last week establishing another commercial aircraft and services arm for Embraer. Once definitive agreements are made, the transaction will then go to the shareholders and the Brazilian government for approval. If all goes to plan, the deal will close by end of 2019. Under the current non-binding agreement, Boeing will hold an 80% ownership stake in the joint venture, and Embraer will own the remaining 20%. Down the road, the 2 companies say they'll create another joint venture to promote and develop new markets and applications for defense products and services with focus on the KC-390 multi-mission aircraft. Just days before the Farnborough Air Show begins, Airbus revealed the A220 at a ceremony held at its Henry Ziegler Delivery Center near Toulouse, France. The A220 replaces Bombardier's C-Series aircraft following the July 1st closing of a joint venture between the 2 companies. The deal gives Airbus a majority interest in the existing C-Series aircraft limited partnership. Airbus expects the A220 single-aisle aircraft to capture a large percentage of the estimated 6,000 aircraft needed in this 100 to 150-seat market over the next 20 years. This is Annex Business Media's Niche TV. Thanks again to our sponsor, Lavero Aviation, your aviation solutions provider. Visit wingsmagazine.com or helicoptersmagazine.com to include your company in the 2018 MRO directories, a key resource for Canadian aviation professionals. And make sure to tune in to our next episode on Friday, July 20th for the latest in aviation news. I'm Justin Belmore. We'll see you next time.